UCLA has had a day of rest since they played last Friday. We're set to go, and it's Joshua Friedman for Menlo serving. And a backwards dump by the three-time All-American Andrew Rowan at 6'6" out of Trabuco Canyon. It's a J. Sarah High School. And you'll be hearing a lot about him tonight. UCLA in blue on the left. And Menlo on the right in white. And that is Wojciech Shiminek, a 6'6" freshman out of the Czech Republic with a big spike he'll remember forever against the number one UCLA Bruins. And we're tied at 1. Here's Matthias Durfee serving for the Oaks. A great dig by Friedman for Menlo, and a little off balance there was K.L. Thompson. The starters for Menlo is Durfee, Thompson, Hockman, Friedman, Smithers, Verdani, Shiminek, and the libero again is Smithers. And here's Rowan to serve, and it's long. First service error of the game, and you won't see a whole lot of those from that three-time All-American who is already in the record books. 5th all-time in UCLA history with 168 career aces for the senior. That's him with the set right there. Nice block inside by Verdani for Menlo, and it's Thompson going into a double blocking duo for UCLA, and the Bruins get the side out, and they're up 3-2. UCLA is ranked number 1 in the country, according to the AVCA, but they're actually in second place right now in the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Conference. There's an ace there for Zach Rama, a 6'8" senior out of Phoenix, Arizona. Was a second-team All-American last year for the AVCA. He'll serve it again. Pepperdine's actually in first in the MPSF. 11-1, UCLA's 10-1, so they're not far behind. And how about that? Alexandra Verdani, a freshman out of France, gets his first kill against the Bruins, side out. And here's K.L. Thompson, the senior out of Hawaii who transferred over from Ball State. Opportunity here for the Oaks, and it's for Donnie again. Nice save there by Smithers and Thompson. And it's going to be a violation against Menlo. Side out goes to UCLA, their starters. Cameron Thorne right now is going to serve. And Rowan and Wong Diallo, Kelly, Decker, Rama. Service error for Thorne. There are 2 liberos who will be substituting in, and coming in right there was Christopher Connolly, number 28, and number 4, Brogan Glenn. Those are your 2 liberos. Liberos, of course, cannot serve. They cannot block on the front line. They can't spike it from the front row. They're just primarily defensive specialists. And how about that offensive special? It's an ace for Verdani. The French product ties it up at 5-5. Alexandra to serve again. A 6'4" outside hitter. The jump serve, it's a good one. And how about that over the top? It's Garrett Hockman, the 6'5" junior out of Hudson, Wisconsin. Transferred over from Belmont Abbey College, and he gets a kill. And how about this? Menlo on top, 6'5". You got to believe that the legs are feeling so much adrenaline right now for the Oaks. Back set. Nice block there by Hockman and Durfee, and Hockman sends it over. Kind of caught the Bruins off guard there. And Menlo up 7-5. It'll be for Donnie to serve again for these Oaks, who come in with an overall record of 3-17. A good serve there. And a good block by Hawkman. Oh, and a great dig by Thompson. Rowan the set. It was the back set, and it's out, but it was touched. David Decker will get credited with that steal, the kill. 6'9" redshirt junior out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Went to Cardinal Gibbons High School, and David will serve it right here. The left-hander sends it through, and that's an ace for Decker. For David on the season, that's just his 9th ace. Check that. 43rd ace. That kill attempt by Durfee goes wide, and the Bruins take the lead 8-7. Decker again. Off the net. Dug out by Smithers. A nice shot there by Connolly, and Durfee sends it right at the UCLA back row and gets credited with the kill. Matias, 6'4" San Diego from Canyon Crest Academy, and we're tied up at 8. There's Hawkman. Menlo, and how about that kill by Micah Wong Diallo, another 6'9" player for the Bruins. They're pretty tall. He's a junior out of LA, went to Marshall High School, and now serving is Sean Kelly, 6'7" sophomore out of Manhattan Beach. Back set to Thompson, and oh my, wait, that looked like it was in. And the up referee overruled the back line judge. That looked good from here by a lot. What a shot by Thompson. The referee 1 up at the ladder is Kent Kitade, who overruled that. Referee 2 is Raymond Mink. The line judges are Joe Sheets and McQuaid, Harkin, Goodrich. That was Friedman with the serve, and the kill attempt goes long by Wong Diallo. And Menlo goes up 10-9. Friedman. Joshua, a 6'4" graduate student who transferred over from USC out of Newport Beach, and it's just wide. Service error for the Oaks. In conference play, Menlo is 2-9. They're in 9th place out of 10. Merced is in 10th. There's the serve by Wong Diallo. And Thompson sends it, but tracked there. Acrobatic athletic play there by Cameron Thorne. Went up to spike it with the right and hit it with the left. And that by the Oaks. Coach Keoho'u, his assistants are Shane Stent and Eric Bolelos. Stent in his second season and Bolelos in his first. There's Rowan with that powerful serve. And just a little dink. Oh, Rowan, what a save. But the kill attempt is long by Zach Rama. There's 3 current All-Americans on this team for UCLA. Number 1, Cameron Thorne, a 2-time All-American. Number 7, Andrew Rowan, a 3-time All-American. And number 21, Zach Rama, who was a second-team All-American choice last year. Shimmy Nick on the serve, and a power kill right up the middle by Sean Kelly. Kelly, by the way, was the ABC National Player of the Week for the first time after UCLA swept USC in early March. That serve is long. Kelly, a Manhattan Beach native, totaled 38 kills and hit .438 over the 2 matches against USC. And there's a serve by Thompson. That was Kelly right there. And a block attempt from Friedman goes out of bounds, side out to the Bruins. This will be Cameron Thorne, a transfer from Grand Canyon out of Hollywood, Florida. Thompson has his kill attempt blocked. Combination of Kelly and Wong Diallo. And it's immediate timeout. So we're underway here in set number 1. Menlo so far putting up a great showing. They trail 15-13. I'm Kenny Mills. What a great diving play by Friedman, but Thompson couldn't dig it out of the net. And it's now a 4-point lead. Each team gets 2 timeouts, and you're likely to see one either if UCLA gets this point or 2 more in a row from Coach Keoho'u of Menlo College. Thorne's serve. Back set to Thompson from Friedman. Great diving save by Rama for the Bruins. Rowan sets. Rama gets it stuffed by Ferdani. Friedman sets Hockman, and it's just on the line. Garrett placed it so well. Even Kelly's over there looking to see if it did indeed hit the line, and it sure did. A big side out for the Oaks. There's Alexandra Ferdani, the French product, with a jump serve. And a service error. That's the 3rd for Menlo. UCLA also has 3 service errors. This is David Decker, 6'9" redshirt junior out of Winston-Salem. Durfee. Great dig there by Rama. Friedman sets up Durfee, who pounds it straight down. Matias out of San Diego. Substitution into serve for the Oaks. Gavin Gonzalez, a 6'1" sophomore out of Plainfield, Illinois. One of 7 returners on this Menlo squad. And his serve is long, and he'll be subbed right back. But a good opportunity for Gonzalez. He just had a little bit too much power on that serve. So here's Sean Kelly for UCLA. Dug out by Smithers, and Durfee credited with another kill. That's his 2nd of the match. Hockman leads Menlo with 3 kills thus far. And for the Bruins, it's Wong Diallo and Kelly, each with 2. Great dig out there by Connolly. Another dig for Menlo. That was for Donnie. Friedman back sets Thompson. Keao from Hawaii. Aloha. Here's Friedman again. The graduate student from USC still has those red shoes as a Trojan. And that kill attempt goes into the net by Wong Diallo. The Menlo back to within 1. Great resolve here in set 1 by the Oaks after trailing by as many as 4, 19-15. Here they come. Flying in from the back row, that's Sean Kelly. There's just so much height and talent and depth on this UCLA squad. Kelly comes in with 297 kills, second on the team only to Zach Rama, who has 299 coming in to this afternoon's contest here at Haynes Prim Pavilion. Service error by Trent Taliaferro, who just subbed in. Taliaferro, a 6'5" sophomore out of San Clemente. Side out for Menlo. It'll be Durfee to serve. Matias is a good one. Great save there by Friedman and also by Shiminek. Oh, but Kelly, you talk about elevation. Sean Kelly at 6'7", launched up like he was 6'10", as they do an adjustment on the referee's ladder. It got bumped and knocked over to the side a little bit. But Kent Kitade climbs back up, blows his whistle, and there's the 3-time All-American Andrew Roman with the serve, and that missed by a lot. Rowan, 5th all-time in aces for UCLA with 168 for his career. He's also 2nd all-time in assists with 4,222 in his career. Good block inside for Menlo's Hockman and for Donnie. Hockman again with a block. Thompson dinks it over. He mistimed his jump, but then smartly and athletically just tapped it over the front line of UCLA, and it just floated softly to the ground. But it counts nonetheless, and Menlo has tied it up at 21. Quite a performance here in set 1 by the Oaks. But sending things back in order is Cameron Thorne, the Hollywood, Florida product, who was first-team All-American last year with UCLA, and then 2 years ago, in 2024, he was first-team AVCA All-American with Grand Canyon. And Kelly sends it, but what a dig by, who was that? That was Smithers. Thorne sends it in again. Thorne, they list him at 6'4". The senior from Florida can really elevate. And UCLA back in front, 23-22. Thorne will serve. Friedman sets up for Donnie, who just couldn't get it over the net. Kind of slid one down his side of the net. And Coach Keoho'u will use his second and final timeout here in set number 1. With Menlo trailing 24-22, we'll be back on the other side of this Big Ten Plus break. Close out set 1 with the serve, and he hits it into the net. So an effective timeout for Coach Keoho'u, and Menlo trails by only 1. It'll be for Donnie. Remember, you got to win by 2 points. And it goes to Kelly. Menlo, and the first for Durfee on the season. For Durfee, that's ace number 16. That was another good serve, barely dug out by Conley. And Rama will get credit for that kill, even though it went off of Menlo's blocker. That's 2-1, and serving is Micah Wong Diallo, 6'9" out of LA. Friedman sets up Thompson, who sees it get blocked by Thorne and Rama. Rama from Sandra Day O'Connor High School, second team All-American last year. Wears number 21 at 6'8", senior. And Thompson tries a two-hand push kill. It's pretty effective. And it's a side out for Menlo. So UCLA comes in second in conference, but ranked number 1 in the country for the second week in a row. Hawaii is ranked second in the nation. They're 23-3. UCLA beat Hawaii earlier in the tournament on the islands. UCLA was dominant in that. That was Cameron Thorne with that kill. In that Outrigger Invitational in Hawaii, they beat the host Hawaii, took down Lewis and Clark, number 14 in the country, and they also played in front of 10,000 fans when they played Hawaii, when they swept them 3-0. 10,000 in Hawaii. That must have been quite an exciting play as Verdani goes head-to-head. They're calling for a net violation. Is the Oaks, and they finally got it. It was kind of a delayed call there by the down ref, Raymond Mink. He had to get some encouragement from the players for Menlo and also the sideline and even some from the stands. That gives Menlo the lead. There's the serve from Thompson. That looked almost illegal. What a great dig by Thompson there. Friedman with a kill attempt and finishing it off for the Bruins, Zach Rama. Rowan with another assist. Thompson, his kill attempt goes long. Rowan wears number 7 for the Bruins. He surpassed 4,000 career assists just this last week and only trails the leader all-time, Nelson, by about 150. And there's another one spiked down by David Decker. 4,222 coming into this game for Rowan. And the all-time leader, Rich Nelson, had 4,346. So it's actually less than 150. It's about, give or take, 120 now, counting this game. So it looks like he's going to eventually pass him because you still have playoffs left, even though UCLA only has, I believe, one match left. How about that? Garrett Hockman. Hockman, the Wisconsin product. He says, hold on, people. After tonight's game against Menlo, UCLA is at home on Thursday and Saturday for their final 2 games against BYU. Those are in Pauley Pavilion. That kill attempt is good for Kelly. Then it's off to the national tournament, which this year, well, the MPSF tournament first is in Provo, Utah. That's April 22nd through the 25th. Then the NCAA regionals begin May 1st. Block there for UCLA. Durfee tries to tip it over the front line. And a block there inside by Hockman and Friedman, but the power left hand of David Decker to finish it. day of rest. They played on Friday, did not play on Saturday. So far for Menlo, the kill leaders are Durfee, Thompson, and Hockman. They all have 4. UCLA with their biggest lead now, 12-6 here in set number 2. Menlo going to try to muster up some leg strength. And now the biggest lead is 7. That first set performance by the Oaks was positively marvelous, losing only 25-23, going on pure adrenaline. And that serve was long from Zach Rama. Decker, actually, with that last service error. Looks like we're going to have a challenge by UCLA on whether that serve was out. I think it was. It looked to be out on this end, but we have been incorrect before. And again, with the challenge situation, you get 2 per team per match. And if you are successful, then you get to keep that challenge. If you are unsuccessful, you lose it. The only exception comes in set number 5, if this goes that far, or any other MPSF match. Each team gets 1 additional challenge, but that's only if you have 0 or 1 challenge remaining. If you have both your original challenges, you don't get an extra one for the 5th set. So currently, Kent Katade is over behind the scorers table, checking out the replays set up by our Menlo College staff, Rob and Riley, working hard for the Big Ten Plus network. Not only does UCLA, here's the call. And it's going to go as a successful challenge. Nobody's going to serve yet. Yeah, it is successful. So the point gets taken off the board. It goes to the Bruins. So Decker will have another opportunity. Yeah, they just switched it. It is 14-6. And a block on the interior by Sean Kelly. So head coach John Hawks in his second year is successful on both his challenges thus far. Not only does UCLA men's volleyball have the most NCAA national championships in school history, their 21 natties for men's volleyball is the most in the sport. Another serve by Decker. A set by a new substitute. It's Gabriel Ocasio-Lopez, who set that one up for Thompson, who hit it just long. And now they're going to check and see. Somebody lost some tape or something. And Menlo is trying to say that it was tipped. And it looks like what a great gesture of sportsmanship by Sean Kelly. He went to the official and said, yes, I tipped it. And when I tipped it, the tape came off my hand. That's what Thompson picked up on the floor. And now Kelly is getting retaped over there on the sideline. So that was interesting. You don't see that often. But it was Sean Kelly from Manhattan Beach saying, yes, I tipped it. So the side out and the point goes to Menlo, and it's going to be Ocasio-Lopez, a 6-foot graduate student out of Puerto Rico, serving, and it's a service arrow. Ocasio-Lopez transferred from the University of Jamestown, I believe the Jamestown Jimmies. A 9-point lead here. And there's Kelly with the serve, and it's too hot to handle for Menlo. 17-7. And the mighty Bruins are starting to flex their muscles here in Haynes Prim Pavilion. Thanks again for tuning in to our broadcast. I'm Kenny Milch, and it's pleased to be joined here and just viewing the number one team in the country, the UCLA Bruins. And Kelly with the service error. For UCLA, that's their 9th service error of the game, or of the match, I should say. And for Menlo, they have only 4. They've done a pretty good job with their serves. Until that one, which was last night when they lost to Vanguard 3-1. Menlo ended up with 13 service errors. That was in 4 sets. Vanguard had 19, but they were able to overcome it. By the way, this is the first time these two have ever played each other, UCLA and Menlo. A couple of slams back and forth. From the back row, that was Durfee, and Matthias will get credit for that one. That's his 4th kill. Hockman also has 4. Thompson leads the way for the Oaks with 5. And here's Wojciech Shiminek, a Czech Republic freshman at 6'6", going to serve for the Oaks. And it's a good one. It's an ace. Shiminek with his first ace of the match, 3rd ace for Menlo. On the season, that's ace number 6 for Wojciech. Another good serve, but a good save by Conley, and pounding it straight down was Kelly. There's a new sub into the game for UCLA who will serve right now, and that's number 9, Trent Taliaferro, a sophomore out of San Clemente. And another sub for the Bruins, Luca Kirchi, 6'3" junior out of Newport Beach. So Coach Hawks getting in some subs on the Bruin bench. That's for Donnie, and he's blocked inside. Menlo saves it. Kelly has it sent back by Hockman. Oh, Garrett, send back that Bruin slam. Now it'll be Thompson serving for Menlo. Into the net. Violation there. I believe that was Ocasio-Lopez. Side out goes to the Bruins, and it's Kirchi to serve. Went to Newport Harbor High School. The junior sends the jump serve back to Smithers with the dig, and Durfee. How about Matthias? That's kill number 5 for the Durf. Senior is going to have some memories here against the number 1 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins. And this is for Donnie, the serve. And the kill attempt by Thorne is well wide. A lot of great memories coming here for this Menlo College team, who's had a rough year at 2-9 in conference and 3-17 overall. But this is a treat, win or lose. Play the UCLA Bruins here at home. Ocasio-Lopez sets up Durfee, and Matthias says, I don't want just a couple memories. Give me some more. I'm going to get greedy here. Well done. Menlo back within 6. They've shown a lot of resolve here in this match. They lost set one 25-23. They were down by double figures in this set, and they've cut it to 6 with a nice run here, but Cameron Thorne, the Grand Canyon transfer, he'll get the kill, and he'll take a seat on the bench for another UCLA substitute, Grayson Bradford, at 6'10", the tallest player on either team. The 210-pound freshman out of Manhattan Beach. And he comes in and serves up an ace. Welcome to the match. And for Bradford, that's only his 3rd ace of the year. That was a good one, though. And there's another kill for Thompson. Thompson last night led Menlo in kills with 14. Durfee had 8, and Sulaco had 6. Shiminek had 8, and Ferdani had 6. Cross quarter there from Sean Kelly. Friedman last night had 37 kills against Vanguard. Most points scored last night was Thompson with 14 and a half. A left-handed serve there from Decker. There's Thompson again. His kill attempt goes into the net. Last year, UCLA won the regular season conference title in the MPSF, going 10-2. Menlo with a fantastic season, their first year in the they finished tied for 3rd. Service error for the Bruins and the side out for the Oaks on set point. They finished tied for 3rd at 7-5 with BYU and Pepperdine. It'll be Ocasio Lopez. It is set point for the UCLA Bruins. Good serve by Lopez. But an even better kill there from David Decker. 25-16 the score. UCLA wins set number 2. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with the 3rd set here on the Big Ten Plus Network. He sees his two-hand push kill attempt gets blocked. Thorne leads the MPSF in hitting percentage. Kelly is 2nd. Rama is 9th. They have 3 of the top 10 in hitting percentages. Nice. Oh, they're going to say that was a violation and that it was out. Donnie did not like it, and we may have a challenge here, and we will, by Coach Keoho'u on whether that ball hit the sideline. UCLA all over the leaderboard in the MPSF. Rama's 3rd in kills. Kelly's 4th in kills. Rowan 2nd in aces. Decker is 3rd in aces. In assists, Rowan is 1st, of course. 2nd all-time in UCLA. He averages 11.6 assists per set. And Menlo's Joshua Friedman is 8th in the conference. 7.5 assists per set. As far as blocks go, Cameron Thorne is 9th. Max Jarrett for Menlo is 10th. Thorne for UCLA. In digs, amongst the leaderboard, Connolly for UCLA is 2nd. Smithers for Menlo is 8th. Connolly averages 1.96 digs per set. Smithers 1.6 digs per set. As far as aces go, Rowan and Decker, 2nd and 3rd, both from UCLA. the most MPSF tourney titles, as the decision is on the challenge. It's unsuccessful for Coach Keoho'o, so I believe he is now out of challenges. So the Bruins get that point. UCLA and BYU have the most MPSF tournament titles. They have 8 each. Pepperdine has 7. UC Irvine 3. Thompson, kill is good. Deflects off the block, out of bounds. Side out for the Oaks. I believe that is kill number 7 for Thompson, and it is indeed. Now they put it on the board officially. Nice serve there by Shiminick. And the kill attempt was kind of a dink attempt, I should say, and it went wide. Another point for the Oaks. Shiminick. And it bounces off the referee Kent Kitade's head. Another point for the Oaks. And Coach Keoho'o, in his first year, announced as the head coach in October. He used to be an associate head coach at Loyola University Chicago, and was at the University of Mount Olive. And a nice play inside. Hockman and Thompson were in on that one, and Hockman gets credit for the block, his second. Ties the score. Keoho'o, a former player at Cal State Northridge, and that serve by Shiminick is a service error. Northridge in the San Fernando Valley, just over the hill from UCLA, which is in Westwood. Wonderful downtown area if you've ever been in Westwood, SoCal. Served there by Kelly. A lot of movie theaters, restaurants, great shopping. And the kill will go to Kirchie for the UCLA Bruins. For Kirchie, that's his first kill of the match. Kelly will serve here in set number 3. UCLA won both the first 2. Service error for Kelly. The Bruins won set 1 25-23 and then set 2 25-16. And they lead at 7-6 here in set number 3. That's Thompson's serve. Dig by Smithers. And Ferdani gets blocked, and a meeting at the net, and Ferdani doesn't give up and has a few words vocally for the Bruin front line. As a player, Keoho'o set the program's single season record at CSUN for digs and was an all MPSF recognition. And he was on the Matadors 2010 NCAA Final Four team. That serve is long by the substitution, Christopher Hirsch, a 6'9" redshirt junior out of Cupertino, local product, went to St. Francis High School. And we may have a challenge. There's just a discussion right now with Coach Hawks in his second year with the down official, Raymond Mink. And the call is going to stand. Still some more discussion. Menlo softball is playing a doubleheader today at Chaminade after splitting yesterday. But John Hawks in his second year as UCLA coach now is questioning the score. So the down ref, Raymond Mink, is talking with the scorer's table, trying to get that figured out. And now Mink is going to talk to Kitade, the lead referee, but a little more on Coach Hawks. His career record coming into this match is 45-8, just in his second year. And in conference, he's 20-3. He used to be an assistant coach for UCLA for 7 years, 2015 to 2022. And in his first season last year, he led the Bruins to a third straight NCAA title match and won the MPSF. He also currently serves as the head coach of the under-21 USA national team. He was head coach of Loyola Chicago for 2 seasons and was named Coach of the Year in 2023. In 2022, he was AVCA National Assistant Coach of the Year with the Bruins. So quite a coaching history. He was also an assistant coach at Long Beach State, was Hawks. Also with USC and UC Irvine. Began his coaching career as an assistant at Grossmont College back in the mid-90s, and he also played at Grossmont College and San Diego State. Still some discussion on the score, which currently reads 8-8 on the scoreboard. Again, UCLA plays at home on Thursday and Saturday at Pauley Pavilion against BYU. And for Menlo, they have just 2 matches left as well. Next Friday here in Atherton against Stanford, and that's senior night. So we'd like to invite you all to come attend and to send off these wonderful seniors who have put a lot into the program. And then their final match is the very next night, next Saturday at Stanford inside Maples Pavilion. Next Friday, 6 p.m. here at Haynes Prim Pavilion, senior night against Stanford. Again, we want to thank our SIDs doing a lot of work down there. Rob and Riley, Rob Garcia, Riley Ciason, and our producer Christian, Jonathan doing camera. I'm Kenny Milch here on the Big Ten Plus Network, and they're still trying to figure it out. And now they changed the score, so all that discussion changes it from 8-8 to UCLA winning 9-7. That's a big deal. So Hirsch will get to serve again. I guess that serve won't count, the one that went long. And that one is in the coffin corner. It's an ace for Christopher Hirsch, the local Cupertino redshirt junior. And for Hirsch, that's his 3rd ace of the season. First of the match. And that one hit the net and goes out for a service error. Number 11 for UCLA. Menlo has 9 service errors. Here's Verdani for the Oaks. Up high up the middle was Micah Wong Diallo. Here's David Decker, 6'9" out of North Carolina. The back set to Thompson from Ocasio Lopez. And a block there from Hockman. And Durfee sends one. A nice dig there by the Bruins. And for Donnie, how about that? Hockman will serve. Kelly with the kill. Now it'll be Luca Kirchi. That serve is dug out by Smithers. Back set there to Decker. There's Thompson. Diving dig by libero Brogan Glenn, and the kill goes to Decker. Brogan Glenn is the substitute libero in now at 6 foot, the freshman out of Newport Beach. Went to Corona Del Mar High School. And again, it's Kirchi with the serve, and it's long. Menlo kind of hanging around here in set number 3. Down by only 3 points. Really putting up a valiant effort. Despite having some legs that have been through a gauntlet. Now their 3rd match in a row in 3 days. And another service error. The 10th for the Oaks. 3 years ago when UCLA won the MPSF regular season championship, they went 11-1 and finished up 26-5. His kill attempt blocked. It's now 18-10, and Coach Keoho'u is clearing his bench as Durfee goes out. And coming in is Mark Ensalaka, who played very well last night against the Vanguard. Another substitution for the Bruins. Spencer Graves, the junior out of Pacific Palisades, is in. He served that one. And Salaka will get that kill. He was met at the net, and the block went out of bounds. And Salako, the sophomore out of Clovis. Will serve it here with the jumpy. And Kelly's kill attempt is well wide, so a service point for Ensalako. And there may be another challenge by UCLA. I think there will be. Last year's MPSF tournament was won by Pepperdine despite UCLA winning the regular season championship. But then it was Long Beach State winning the national championship last season. UCLA won it the 2 years before that in 24 and 23, and then Hawaii won it the 2 years before that, 22 and 21. Of course, 2020 was not contested due to COVID. And things have really gone in twos. Before COVID, it was Long Beach State winning 2, and then before that, it was Ohio State winning 2 in a row. Before that, Loyola Chicago winning 2 in a row. Before that, UC Irvine winning 2 in a row. Since 2012, it's been 2 in a row every time for the same school. So if that trend continues, since Long Beach State won it last year, you would think they'd have the best chance to win it this year. Long Beach State, by the way, has won 3 national titles since 1993, as has BYU and Ohio State. Hawaii's won 2. Stanford has won 2. Pepperdine 1. UCLA all time, they've won 21. And Salako's serve, and he gets another point as That was Shiminek at the net, who ended up muscling that one home for the Oaks, who now are back to within 5. And Salako to serve again from Floyd B. Buchanan High School. Kelly, great dig by Smithers. Cross court set to Thompson. Ferdani has it sent back by Taliaferro and Hirsch. Side out for the UCLA Bruins. Menlo ended up 13-13 last year, once again tied for 3rd in the very competitive MPSF. In fact, they finished ahead of Stanford last year. And that ball was tipped. And Ferdani will get credited with his 5th kill of the match. Thompson leads the way for the Oaks with 7. And Hawkman has 4. Nice serve there by Shiminek. But the quick poke down was Hirsch. Hirsch gets his 3rd kill. He also already got 4 blocks. This is Kelly, one of the starters. In fact, I think he's the only starter still in the game for the Bruins. And he serves up an ace right on the line. And I think that might be it for Kelly. He'll go out on that winning note with the service ace. For Kelly, that was his 2nd ace of the match. And his substitute is Philippos Chrysostomou, a 6'6" freshman out of Cyprus. And his serve goes into the net from Lamaka, Cyprus. 6'6" Chrysostomou. So here's Thompson. And the Oaks trailing by 6. Keao serve. Ferdani can't finish. Oh, but a big block there. And it was Cordova. But it went out of bounds. That would have been a great memory for Cordova. You could actually edit that highlight to make it look like it was in. Hirsch with the serve, and Thompson with a blast, but a good dig in the back row there. And again, the push block from Cordova is out of bounds. Just 2 points away from the match are the UCLA Bruins. Back set to Thompson. It's blocked. Now Ferdani has it blocked. And it's now match point for the UCLA Bruins. It'll be Christopher Hirsch. Hirsch, the 6'9", middle blocking redshirt junior, the local product here in NorCal from Cupertino. The jump serve is just long. Side out for the Oaks. Ferdani will have one more opportunity. Alexandra, the France native, with a jump serve, and it's long, and that's it. UCLA wins a set number 3, 25-17. They win all 3 sets, and they improve their overall record to 24-1. And in the MPSF conference, they are now 11.